Yeah, am I audible? So the first thing is that what is a declamation competition? Okay, so declamation is basically originating from the word declamer, okay, which means to talk about something in a passionate manner. You have to bring out the emotions. If a statement has been given to you, you just don't have to analyze it. The marks are on how you are presenting it. Okay, so there are two types of declamation. One is based upon a speech, that you choose an already delivered speech by someone and you bring about that speech in your own manner. You have to not memorize the exact speech, but you just have to tell. Okay, so the second way is that the one that we'll be doing right now. We will be giving you topics and you have to choose one topic out of that, or the topic that you will be getting, and then you have to explain it in your own manner. Okay, so I'll be just going through the rules. First is okay, the speaking order. Okay, the speaking order will also be decided based on the chits. We will be giving you some chits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You will pick up that, and that will be your speaking order. After getting the speaking orders, you will be aligned in that manner. You will be given half an hour. We'll be telling you the topic. You'll be picking the topics also with the chits. After picking up the topics with the chits, then you can be preparing for 30 minutes. For 30 minutes, you can prepare using your devices as well. You can use your devices. You can write it on a paper, but only the paper that we will be providing you, not the paper that you already have written something on. The papers are stamped, so you will be writing on that stamped paper. After that, you can use that paper till the time your turn comes up. But after the 30 minutes are over, devices will be off, paper will be there with you. When you have to come and speak, then you can't even use the paper. Fine? So till the end time, you can have what is written on your paper. You can add things also. But when you come to the podium, when you have to speak, then you have to leave every paper. You will just have to speak about what you have memorized in all that time. Okay? So, yeah. Now coming back to the timing. 5 minutes is the maximum amount of time. You can speak for a lesser amount of time also. But the person who is reaching to 5 minutes will be given a lot more, a little bit more advantage in points. Who are reaching 5 minutes, because in order to speak more effort is there from the participant side. After 5 minutes, we will be playing a bell or something. A bell will ring that you have exceeded your time limit. Okay. After that, negative marking will be there. After 1 minute or 5 minutes. 5 minutes, one bell will ring. After that, 1 minute. After 6 minutes, another bell will ring. After 6 minutes, marks will start being deducted because you are extending your thing. Then the judges. So the criteria for your evaluation are going to be, first is content and relevance. So the judges are going to be telling you, assessing you on the basis of what is your adherence to the topic, how much is your clarity of thought. The second would be originality. Since one person has already come up and you have listened to what the person was saying, you don't have to just repeat what the other person said. You have to have some originality in your content. The third will be expression and delivery. The language with which you expressed your thoughts. How clear was it? How simple was it? How you were impactful? Okay. And the last one would be the final impact. How you interacted with the audience. You can have in rhetoric manner also. Okay. You can ask questions, but the answers will not be there. It is a rhetorical question. Then you can put up quotes and all these things. Okay. So this will be the thing. The judges of the decision will be final and binding. Whatever they think of, you can't question them. Okay, Krishan? You can't question them. Then the spirit of the competition shall be to encourage reflection on the relationship between science and values together. Okay. These are the broad rules. Yes.
Language, any language?
No. English. The competition shall be in English only, because this is an English medium place. Everyone is able to speak English. Okay. So that will be the thing. Any other doubts regarding the thing? Yeah. After 6 minutes. Yeah. 5 minutes, it will be a caution that okay, your time limit has been there. After 1 minute, you will be the marks will be deducted. Okay. So another thing, the structure I will tell you in case some people don't know. So the declamation competition, you will start with your title. Whatever title has been given to you, it can be a quote or it can be a title also. Okay. Now the first thing that you start with, the first line should be a little impactful. Your intro should be impactful so that it gathers attention. Then you will come on to the body of it, in which you will explain the relationship between the quote. And the conclusion also, again, it should be like a mic drop conclusion, okay? That it should be something which will conclude everything for your whatever you said, okay? You can conclude with a quotation also, but it should be impactful, okay? That is the final thing. Now, any other doubts? I've already told you the structure also, okay? And the broad theme also, yeah.
After we get cheats, everyone get 30 minutes then?
Yeah, you will get 30 minutes to write. After that, the first person, who's number 1 in the serial order, he or she will come and they will tell their thing. Okay, fine. Philosophy Week celebrations organized by the Department of Philosophy in honor of World Philosophy Day. We are delighted to have here our faculty members, participants, and some audience which will be very keen on learning new things today about science and values given by our participants here. So as you all know that the World Philosophy Day, you might be knowing this by now, that it is observed to recognize the enduring value of philosophical reflection, a day to encourage people to think critically, reason deeply, and question meaningfully about the world around them. So today's competition will be in the same spirit. We will be telling how philosophy and values can shape our daily practices as well. Values, choices, and our vision towards progress. So we will start the declamation competition today. So declamation comes from the Latin word declamare. I might be wrong because my knowledge is not coming from the knowledge of the language itself. Father will be more precise about this. But my knowledge comes from the source, that is internet. So it comes from the Latin word declamare, which means to speak aloud with passion and conviction. It is not merely the art of speaking, but of embodying an idea, of giving voice to reason and emotion altogether. Through declamation, we reawaken the ancient art of rhetoric, where the power of words come together to and works as a bridge between thought and action. Our theme for today is science and values. I hope that through today's competition, we will be not only celebrating skillful expression, but also a spark of reflection and dialogue. Let every speech today be a conversation that continues even beyond this hall. So with these thoughts in mind, let us now move on to introducing the judges. So our first judge will be Father Jonas, head of the Asian Christian Studies. Then the second judge will be guest faculty for the UG people, that is Dr. Ragesh. Second judge shall be Dr. Mubashir, another guest faculty, and at the philosophy department. And the third, okay, these will be the three judges, so you should speak accordingly. These judges will be evaluating you today. So now let us move over to the rules. So the participants will be choosing the speaking order, as you've already told, through the chits. So we have the chits now, we will have the chits now, and you will be picking up your chits. After picking up the chits, you will be picking up your topics as well. We have 7 different topics, you will be picking up, each of you will be picking different topics. Okay, I will request you all to come one by one. Come, Adi, come you first. Announce your numbers and your topics as you come.
My number is 7 and topic is Artificial Intelligence, a boom or a threat to humanity.
Okay, my number is 5. My topic is not everything that counts can be quoted and counted, and not everything that can be counted counts.
And every quotation that you're getting as a topic, you have to put it in relevance with science and values. Okay?
Next one.
Yeah, next.
Good morning, all. My number is 3, and the topic which I got is the good of the society must come before the good of science, a famous quote by Hans Jonas.
My number is 4. And the topic is the saddest aspect of life right now is that science gathers knowledge faster than society gathers wisdom. I said.
Let's. Thumbs up.
Okay, only 2 chits are left now. 2 numbers and 2 topics. Come, Kishan, you come.
Right.
My topic is human value in technological age, and my number is 6.
With the great power comes great responsibility.
With respect to, no, it's a Voltaire quote, which is used in Spider-Man. But you have to tell it with respect to science and values. With great powers comes great responsibility.
Okay, so now your 30 minutes shall begin. We will be giving you the piece of paper, then you can peacefully write it out. Okay? And then you speak your topic once clearly so that the judges know what your topic is. Yeah, you can start. We'll start. Okay. The first contestant, come.
Just introduce.
Yourself briefly.
Because you will lose your time if you go on yourself.
I will start the timer once the introduction is finished.
Okay, great.
My name is Mohammed Nawazaf. I am from Department of Philosophy. What you said? Name, department?
That's enough.
That's enough. Basically, just so that the judges know which department you're from.
My topic is with the great power comes great responsibility. Can I start?
Yes, we'll start the timer.
With great power comes great responsibility. So before going into with great power comes the great responsibility, we have to define what is power. What do you mean by power? Power means the ability to change. And when we talk about responsibility, today we are living in the era of climate change. So COP30 is going to happen in Brazil. We all know that the climate change is caused because of the industrial development done by the so-called developed countries in the 90s. The industrial development done by the countries in the 90s like US and Europe are the major causes of the climate change. And these climate change is affecting the countries who are in the lower strata of the society. like 1 or 2. We have the international, today we have the ICJ, the ICJ International Court of Justice has delivered the advisory opinion on the obligation of change in responsibility to climate change. I think 2 months earlier they have pronounced the judgment. So the judgment was being made by the Vanuatu. Vanuatu approached the UN, and UN by the request of the UN, the court delivered the judgment. So when we talk about the responsibility and power, we can see that the countries who has the power. If you talk about the UN, we can see that the United Nations itself is lobbied by these developed countries like US and China. The UN is being lobbied by the China and US, and there are people who are telling the other people, other underdeveloped countries to control the greenhouse gas emissions, like India, like Afghanistan, Pakistan. They are telling them that they should control emissions so that we should meet the net zero emissions. But when we think more deeply or the concern deeply, we can see that the countries who are developed is actually the people who are responsible for the climate change. And also when we talk about the responsibility, we can take the example of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We can see how the Hiroshima and Nagasaki has affected Japan. The country which is responsible for was US. But now till generations also it's affecting. Now also the kind of climate change also we can see that it is going to affect the large population. We can see the population mainly the people in the lower strata of society, means the poor countries who have less developed, who have less resources to meet or face or what we can say face the climate change crisis. Those who have less power are facing the crisis. So with this I conclude that the power comes with responsibility. Power means the ability to change. But today we can see that nothing is changing. Power are to the countries which have power and who have the ability to change. They themselves are putting burden on the other countries. Rather than changing themselves or changing their pattern, they are putting them on their countries. Okay, thank you.
Second participant. Third participant. Good morning, everyone. My name So my name is Sini Sabu. I am from Economics Department. The good of the society must come before the good of science. Respected judges and dear audience, today I would like to invite a few moments from you to discuss about a famous and timeless quote given by a philosopher, Hans Jonas. The good of the society must come before the good of the science. Science, our proudest creation, it enabled our wings to roar to the skies and tear the very fabric of existence. Science has connected continents. Science has created medicines for many diseases. Science had made our life possible, and yet it made impossibilities to a daily realities. But the question is, the but comes here important, and the but is whether the science made the society wiser, whether the science made a society much more livable to the all people who are there in the society. And here is the famous theory by the same philosopher who said this quotation, the theory, the principle of responsibility. which says that whatever science is doing, whatever science is giving, should be backed by the moral principle, which is nothing but the science has to give the consequences which is inherited by the future generation should yield the benefit of the science, not its adversities. Now let us think about the history, what science has done to the society. Yes, it has developed nuclear energy. Using this energy, it has lighted so many cities, but yes, with the same energy, it made Nagasaki and Hiroshima, which still it remains as the greatest reminder of history that if science without conscience will be a catastrophe for the society. The science in this industry and technology has made billions of people out of the poverty. But yes, it is true that it made our society, our environment 1.2 degrees Celsius warmer. Yes, it has created huge buildings and all, but yes, it has created ozone depletion also. And science, and to the recent, from the history to the recent, let me discuss about the AI. Yes, a very scientific method of artificial intelligence which we are using, yet it creates threats to the society by involving into the privacy of the people. Now I can make, or the person who is very much into this scientific technology of AI can make the morphing pictures and videos of actors in this society. Yes, science has developed, but has it given any advantage to the society? So here comes that the warning given by Hans Jonas a decade ago, that science should give the goodness of science, society should come before the goodness of society. And now, because of all these issues, there are a lot of policies and regulations which this our global environment or global world made. UNESCO's recent act in ethics of AI says that even though we are using AI, we should always respect the people's privacy. What to say more, even in India's constitution that says 51A article closed it says that science should grow, but it should give the equal importance to society, it should give equal importance to the people. And more than our sustainable development goals. It's not only because of the science, it's because it's more important is given to the society which says that yes, you have to treat people with equality, there should be peace. So everywhere nowadays, science is given importance, but same way society should be developed or society should be helped through the science. Now, my dear friends, we are young people. What we can do in this society where science impact is affected to the society? As a young people, we can do lots of things that will change the society. First of all, we are more accessible to science than our older generation. So using this accessibility, we can create responsibilities or equality among the people who are denied of these technologies. We can give them access to these technologies. We can create peace. We can clean the environment using this new science. We can use this 5 minutes. Okay. We can use the science to create more scientific based agricultural technologies. So all these technologies we have to create so that science should be backed and help the society. So by this word, I want to conclude a few words saying that at the end, it was not the microscope which created the civilization. It was the mirror what created the civilization of asking what a kind of society are we creating through the science. I hope that let science give the truth, and this truth should come from the heart of the people. It should help the society. Thank you. Let me conclude. Fourth participant.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tanashri R from the Department of Statistics. I am here to talk about the saddest aspect of today's life is science gathers, knowledge gathers, science gathers knowledge faster than society gathers wisdom. The saddest aspect of life right now is science gathers knowledge faster than society gathers wisdom. Let us go back a few centuries and see how science evolved. First, humans started asking questions, and that's how science evolved with how and why. And that gave birth to the wider aspect of knowledge, which is accumulation of facts. And the application of knowledge is wisdom. Science cannot tell what is good or what is bad, but knowledge, the right use of knowledge is wisdom, and wisdom is what differentiates good from bad. Humans, in today's world, it is possible to revolve around the world in just one click, but the right use of that knowledge is not possible today. Tagore said that do not teach men how to make a living, teach man how to live. That is where knowledge and wisdom gets differentiated. R.J. Oppenheimer, a famous scientist and nuclear scientist who discovered the atom bomb that burned thousands alive, said, now I have become the destroyer of worlds. With the same science, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said, science is a beautiful gift to humanity. Do not distort it. This is what differentiates a person with wisdom or without wisdom. Both have knowledge, but one lacks wisdom while the other has it. Knowledge can be rightly used when a person has values like morality, honesty, and responsibility. Today, AI can simplify the process of fertilization and create new lives, which is a great achievement. But knowledge is giving us this boon, but whether we are using it rightly is what matters. Well, we can split atoms through knowledge, but whether we should split it or not is what differentiates the wise person from others. Knowledge is a weapon which is powerful enough to advance a society and also can destroy it. If knowledge is in the right hands, it can create abundance, while if it is in the wrong hands, it is equal to a child carrying a sword. So, knowledge, science is a kid and the teacher is values. If a person doesn't have wisdom, which is given by values, it is equal to a person having a sword without right values. Mahatma Gandhi said that science without humility is one of the 7 deadliest sins. So let us not make sins, and let us make use of right knowledge. Let's make use of the knowledge that we have in the very rightest way possible. This will make discoveries great. And so our civilization evolves. The brain is evolved not just because it had to or because it could, but because what lay beyond was next. And that curiosity is what has brought us to this age. So let us use it in the right sense and the rightest way possible.
5 minutes.
So, today the facts arrive in few seconds, but not the wisdom. So let us carry forward the knowledge with the values which is born with science. Thank you.
So good morning everyone. Myself Josephine from the Department of Commerce, MCOM Accounting and Taxation. Good morning everyone. Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts. I'd like to ask a question to all of you. What actually counts the most important to you? Friends, the world today functions with frequencies, equations and numbers. But can your love to someone be measured with a ruler? Your honesty, can it be measured with frequency? And that explains the heart of my topic. Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts. Friends, when was the last time you thought something that you do counts the most important to you? I'd like to share my experience on this right now. At 7, I thought the number of toys that I had counted the most. At 12, I thought the number of friends that I had counted the most important. At 17, my not so high achieving scores. And now at 20, right now I think the number of people who think that I'm impressive here. Science alone cannot explain everything. Science deals with fact, but values measures its depth. J. Robert Oppenheimer, the founder of atomic bomb, says that he regrets his invention. He calls it the most brilliant invention but done without wisdom. The same atomic energy which gives you electricity destroyed a city. Science can tell you how to clone a human, but only it is the values that will tell you that if you should do it or not. Artificial intelligence, the same technology that we enhance today, can replace us in the future. In today's world of technology, equations, formulas, frequencies, and so on, there lies a world of human emotions that science alone cannot explain, but the philosophy and compassion and the passion about us doing something can help us understand it. But what actually truly counts? What we are or what you do? My friends, I think they are the two most important things and are actually the most similar things. What you do and what you are the same things, differentiated by science but similar by nature. I'd like to conclude my speech with a touch of my mother tongue. Anbillar ellam tamakuriyar, anburiyar endrum pirarku. Meaning, the one who loves himself belongs to nothing, and the one who does it for the others belongs to this universe. I repeat my friends, Anbillar ellam tamakuriyar, anbudayar endrum pirarku. The world belongs to the people who think wisdom and science must be handled together, one in one, coin, the two sides of the coin. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Kishan Singh and I am from Philosophy Department, UG first year. My topic is science, human values in this technological age. After I got this topic, people know me, I am very skeptic and I question why human values in this just technological age. Every age we need human values. But then I go with the facts and the facts are really disturbing. And I would pass a statement before going to the facts. The human values is suffocating under the smoke of the rage, possibility, and what the technology and the society, this tech world created this world out the way. There are 5 pillars of human values: truth, love, peace, non-violence, and right conduct. And these 5 values are getting punctured by this technological age. The first thing, we are talking about truth. In this truth, 74% of people are spreading globally, spreading false news. They are, because the internet becomes the garbage of the world. Because if you have to find a piece of information, this is not disturbing. मैं थोड़ा इसको ऊपर कर सकता हूँ क्या? So in this world, this becoming garbage. Internet become garbage, total garbage. If you have to find a piece of information, you have to first face 10 misinformation, then you get one information. The second thing, we're talking about love. In Europe, there are 74% of teenagers are fighting in real life because their friend commented something bad on their post. And this survey done in Europe, so-called the white man, and they are superior than us. And the internet started targeting the kids. Kids are the weakest part of society and they're new. They don't have the impulse control, they don't have the senses, they are sensation seeking. And the third thing, we talk about love. Out of 3 people, 2 people are facing hate speech on internet every day. And this become a very normal thing, especially for women and kids. If you post someone, you got some words and things which are very normalized by the internet world, because they don't have the real identity. They have the identity which is not real, which is fake. The third thing, we talk about right conduct. After from Corona 2021 to 2025, 957% of information is misinformation increased in society. And this shows, if you have to follow a right conduct, this is no way. In internet, you cannot find the right conduct because there are too many more information than real information. So this become a problem, a real problem for society. And if we talk about non-violence, or if you talk about peace, Brazil has a research about what happened when the hostile environment created in Brazil. Because in Brazil, from 1,000 something, the cases increased from 800 something, 8,000 something, because they started seeing foreigners, they are degrading themselves, they are feeling themselves superior. So when they come to in their country for travel and all, they're facing more, the criminal cases registered for foreigners is increased by 874%. And it is now seriously concerning. Everything of internet coming on the real world, start making sense in real world. When I got the topic, I thought human values are not making any difference, but yes, this is making difference. And as a philosophy student, and we all are a philosophy student, we are the torch bearer of the society, and we have created this technology. Technology didn't create us. So technology should be governed by the human values. And the people who know science, tech, maths, they are good at that. But we are good at understanding the value, the truth, the violence, the non-violence, what they stand for and what is the meaning of these things. When society forgot these things, the definition of these things, the application of these things, society goes in a war, and the place where society has take time to recover. So we are the torch bearer of society. We have to take chance on this. We have to ask question. We have to get experiment in our life as well as in nearby. And we have to understand the value first itself, and then we have to spread others what human value mean in this technological world. Because this is a high time. If you don't clean the air, the human values is going to be died. And this is no other way to come back. The society become a hard place to live, and we have to live there. So as a philosopher, I conclude my speech. As a philosophy student, I conclude my speech. For breathing together, what father used to say that, we have to clean this air first. And thank you.
A very warm good morning to one and all. My name is Adi Krishna. I'm from Department of Philosophy, UG second year. My topic is artificial intelligence. Is it a boom or a threat to the humans? So I would like to start my speech with a very simple quote by Dave Waters, an Oxford scientist. He says that AI is the future. We don't need a magic to predict it. So I'm sure that many of you have made complete sense with the quote because you might be familiar with AI and you have been using it in your daily life for many time now, and AI is helping you in many ways. From the primitive times, we have made number of discoveries which has made profound impact on our life, which includes fire and electricity. Now we are standing in the verge of another industrial revolution because of the invention of AI, which can be considered more profound than this fire and electricity. But can we consider it as a threat because of its immense powerfulness? I would say it depends on the choices we make today. AI in itself has many negatives and many positives. Coming to the positives, it helps in our daily life and it solves complex challenges for us. It helps in all the dangerous tasks around us. Coming to the bomb disposal experts, they use AI to prevent themselves from getting in danger. So, looking at that aspect, AI saves lives, AI enhances our living, and it improves our society in terms of safety. But isn't there another aspect to this? Yes, and that is the immense power of the AI, which can take away jobs of the people, and it can invade your privacy. It can be unfair to you. It cannot be accessible to you depending on your availability. And then these things can make AI a potential threat to the human existence as well. Because now the AI is developing AI by itself. There are minds that is developing the AI which does not need the control of humans. So a human controlled manner of developing the AI is one of the solutions that we can see for this AI threat. And does AI need values? Yes, because the values are shaping our science from the last century. In the beginning, science has always claimed to be devoid of values. It has claimed to be objective, but in the modern world, does that work? No. In the society, when we implement the science, we always need values. Now, coming to what values does this AI need? It needs transparency. Now, the AI has its own methods and developing methods which we cannot interpret. Some of the methods of AI we cannot understand by ourselves. We need a completely transparent method which explains how the AI thinks and how it is going to function, which makes it controlled by humans, ourselves. We need accountability. Who accounts for the accident that AI causes? There is accidents happening around the world because of AI. Very recently I saw one in the internet. So who accounts for it? Does the driver account for it? Who doesn't hold the steer? Or does the developer account for it? Or the programmer? So there is no accountability in AI currently. We need a strict regulation regarding that. And who establishes the fairness in AI? Who ensures that everyone gets access to it so that there is no unfairness, just like it happened in the last century because of many other means. So this fairness is a very important thing, and there shouldn't be a discrimination in the distribution of the AI resources around the world. Then I would like to conclude my speech with a very simple quote by Tim Cook, and it says that AI, the future of AI is in our own hands and not in anything else.
Okay, now I would like all the contestants to come one by one, and we will start the question round. It will give a little clarity to the judges regarding how much clear you are about the topic. Okay, I will call the first contestant. You have to tell your topic, and then the judges will ask one question each. Yeah, regarding your topic.
It's okay if I need.
Great power comes great responsibility from my topic.
Okay. See, it was a good speech and all, and I liked it. One question probably the question of power and responsibility. How actually you are going to fit these two concepts within our topic, like broader topic, science and values. What actually this notion of power you are going to associate with? What the notion of responsibility you are associated with? Because you have given a general idea of what power is. What is actually the notion of power in this theme actually? How do you connect it? That was probably I missed out.
Like morality.
No, the question of power, you've given a broader definition that power is something
Inability to make change.
change and all. How that thing is, how you are going to connect that definition to the topic, broader topic with the science and value. That's what I had some sort of.
Science and value.
How the notion of power comes there, like exactly. Did you list
So
it?
scientists are the people who create something, invent something. So they have the power to make change. They are the most powerful. Like the dumb said, Oppenheimer, like Albert Hoffman, not him, like forward his name. They discovered atom bomb. I also mentioned Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So he has that bigger ability. His invention has made vast destruction. And one of the contestants also mentioned he regretted. He himself regretted.
Good, thank you.
No question. No question. Second contestant.
My topic was the good to society must come before the good to science.
So in your speech you were talking about like the principles of responsibility, and you were trying to explain that with the relationship between the past, the history of the science that we have, and also both the history. I thought you brought both the history of science and the values that society hold, kind of things, and you were also connecting it to the future of the society. So my question would be, within this relationship between the history and the future, so who will be the one who creates this history and the future? Were you, like, for you, is it the society? By the society, I think here you were more about the values the society hold and the science. So who will be responsible for the creation of the historicity of the history of the society and the future? So is it science or society for you? That the values of the society, or how do you place that? Is the question clear?
Last question, can you repeat, sir?
So, in this creation, like, who will be the responsible or who have the role in creating the history and the future in this integrated creation of the history, the present and the future? For you, who will be the one who creates it? Is it the society or the science?
So my answer will be very clear. It's the society, sir. Because science is there, but it's upon you. Society means people, simply. So it's the people who uses that, it's the people who are handling that, and it's the people who are affected by that. So we create and we are affected by that also. Just for an example I want to give you for this. History was giving lots of advantages for science. And as I said, the future will be impacted by that. So I want to connect one simple example for that. See, very recently, we are all using Instagram, right? So very recently, a new kind of reels started to get a very popular in Instagram, which is based on this cat's video. That with that tune. There is a cat's video which is getting viral. Some stories will be there. So in the very beginning time, these videos will be what's very interesting. But when you see that videos now, the story of this cat-based things have changed to some unethical things between couples and all. So this is a cat-based video. It can be penetrate to small kids very fast. But what content you are giving? So science is good. It can make good videos. But science is the society, the people who makes the content there using the science are creating problem for the future generation. So it's very simple. We can use science as good or bad. It's the people we are choosing the decision whether to use it for good purpose or bad purpose. So if we are using it for bad purpose, definitely our future generation, again people are going to affected by this by the hands of the people. Thank you, sir.
My topic was the saddest aspect of life right now is science gathers knowledge faster than society gathers wisdom.
Just ask one question. Is it possible for science to bring wisdom to people?
No. Science does not teach us how to use science. That is the limitation of science.
Why it is so?
Science is accumulation of facts and knowledge. Science does not teach people how to use it. Science, that is the limitation of science. It is people who use it rightly or not.
Okay, I don't want to go for an argument, but still, if we answer that question in that way, so you mean that science is, the technology can be the part of science, because the technology is the one which is concerned about the part of application and usage. So, and we can consider the technology as the science and knowledge, then it's only concerned about the application, the practical knowledge that we have can be the knowledge then.
I didn't understand, sir. Can you
So
repeat?
according to you, the science can bring us the wisdom, the knowledge, right? What was the answer?
Science cannot bring us wisdom.
Yeah, but
That is, wisdom is, science has a limitation. Science cannot give us wisdom. Science cannot teach us how to use knowledge. Science can only give us knowledge.
so this idea of how to use is okay, we don't want to go that side. Okay. Thank you for the answer.
My topic is not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts, said by Albert Einstein.
I just asked, it's a debate in philosophy itself. You don't need to give an answer as such, just your response. That's all. We generally think that values cannot be measured. That is the assumption we have. Do you really think that the values can be measured? What is the criteria of what is measurement, and what will be the criteria of measurement and all? Do you have any response? Just asking.
May you please repeat?
No, I'm just asking. Generally we think that values cannot be measured. That's what our age-old understanding about values. I'm just making a counter. Like, is it possible for us value can be measured? Then, if someone agree that or wanted to say that values can be measured, then we need to redefine what is measurement itself. Okay.
So in general, I guess measurement is something that can be expressed in terms of value, numerical value or theoretical value. And yes, values that we keep within ourselves can be measured to some point of level. And measurement in the sense of values, I think it is with what we are as a person by ourselves. For example, me going to the length of doing something for someone out of kindness or gratitude, I can go up to a level and that level can be measured. But beyond some limit, I guess it just cannot be measured. It is what it is. Thank you.
My topic is human values in technological age. Human value in technological age.
You were talking about 5 values, right? 5 pillars. What was the love,
peace,
peace,
right conduct,
Mm.
truth,
Mm.
and non-violence.
Okay. So, and the topic was about values of technology.
Human values in technological age.
Okay.
What human values stand for in this technological age?
Okay. So, can we get the values that we ought to follow in our usage or application of the technology from these 5, or do we need to add more values to define what could be the values that we have to follow in our application of the technology? Is the question clear?
We need more.
Is this list kind of
Is enough or
conclusive?
we need more values in
Like,
this list?
do these values define the values that we ought to follow in our usage of the technology?
Honestly, I'm firstly introduced as values in this philosophy week.
Okay.
So I'm not very much into values. But what sir said now, values is measurable or not.
Just let me tell you very clearly what could be the value. The value could be very simply, but it is debatable. The codes of conduct, the moral codes that we have to take care of, we have to consider when we are applying or when we are using any technological device or tools or AI kind of thing.
We can.
So then, these 5 values could define the values, or could, what to say, to is this package of the value enough to define the values that we ought to follow in our usage of the technology?
No, we don't have to follow the 100% thing, but we can create a falling belt for our limitations, like spreading a misinformation about a person. It's not a big thing, but you spreading misinformation about a prime minister, it's a thing. So what extent you are going to, what damage has been done, or what act you are doing with the technology, we can form it in a law way. Like, so majority are agree to that this is unethical if you use technology in this way. So we can create this kind of conduct for technology. You got the?
Yeah, that's it.
My topic was artificial intelligence is a boom or a threat to humans.
Okay. Your suggestion, probably what I understood from you, that it can be boom, at the same time it can be a threat.
It depends on how we decide to use it and
Yeah.
what decision we make today.
Yeah. So it has both aspect. And what's your suggestion, probably, if it, in general, in any instrument, anything, like it has a boom and it has a threat and all. So what is your suggestion? Like, do you have any suggestion to you made a suggestion that we need to take a balance and all. Like, what is your suggestion? Rather than to make that claim, what would be the argument or suggestions to using that?
About how to prevent the misuse?
Using properly. Probably that is the way we are looking at, right? Using AI properly and all. what would be your suggestions, if you have any suggestions?
Like everything has a specific set of targets. So
You mentioned some sort of one aspect I understood is transparency.
yeah,
Okay, like that, do you have any criteria for that?
yeah.
That's what
We have transparency, accountability, credibility, and also the wellness of the overall humans. We should focus on these values mainly, so that depending upon which technology we are talking about, each technology can have different effects or consequences on the human society. So we should, in general, we should look for these values. I think.
Just asking one thing. Do you really think now we think that we actually use AI, right? So do you think is it possible in future that AI using us? Like,
In my view, AI is currently using us because we are the test subjects of the probable simple AI models. We are the test subjects and they are developing a greater one so that we can use it better in the future, but it might even use us in the future. It depends on the changes we make today. Like, I think Elon Musk said that AI is the best possible thing or the worst possible thing that can happen to us.
thank you, thank you.
With this, we are at the end of the session, and I would like Father to come on the stage and tell some feedback to them, give some feedback, some suggestions regarding what they should have done, at least a little bit, Father. What mistakes they made, some things that they
That's fine. You can listen to. So this is, in fact, all of you utilized what they call a part of the rhetorical skill. Okay, here what matters, in fact, in declamation is simply how you are able to convince the audience. That's all. Etymologically speaking, in Latin, clamare is to call to somebody. Okay. That's why you have the English word claim. Okay, you call to somebody to claim your right. And in Latin also there is way of expression stating that they add that prefix de. There is one more example. For example, it's a mostrare. In Latin means to show, to present. Okay, when you systematically do something, it becomes de monstrare. It is from there you have the word demonstration. Okay, when you systematically present something. So that's the first thing. And all of you made an effort to convince the audience. That's why it's called the declamation. The third thing is it's extempore. That means tempore is time and extempore is just out of time, then and there. Okay. But in fact, we were given a little bit of choice and so on. But all of you did a good job. Okay. Because topics are distributed, but the central point was different. Okay, science and value. So we had the greatest obligation to judge how you were interpreting your topic to the central point. All of you did a good job. So, and this is a new attempt altogether. Now, in fact, all of you had the ability that I could observe how you interpreted the topic given to you so that you can systematically express. And of course, you had your own content, scientific data, and the interpretation and citation from other people, you know. But one principle you have to remember, because when you cite somebody, if it were to be very precise and indicating the origin, that means where, when, how someone said it, you carry the mark. Because you cannot change any citation. That's not yours. And that's what we will discuss in what we call the research ethics. Okay. Because we run only with a research program. So that way. So congratulations to all of you. You did a good job.
Guys, by the end of it, I would like to say that I hope you guys all learned a lot today. This is the first time declamation competition has been held here in the philosophy department, at least. I don't know about the whole university. Whole university, okay. So I think that it is just starting. Next year onwards, I hope it will be on a higher scale. We will definitely have audience next time onwards, because audience is a very important part of a declamation competition. But since you people are having exams and everything, we did not compel anyone to come attend it, because once there is audience, the nervousness of each participant is increased a little bit more, and you have to convince the audience, as father just said, in the declamation competition. But all of you participated and you did really well. I hope you learned a lot, how to write, your public speaking skills, and all these things in general, and about science and values. Okay, so we will deliberate upon the decisions once, and then we'll tell you the results. The final prizes will be given on the valedictory session. Okay. Hello. All the judges have come to the same conclusion. So the highest number of marks, we'll start from, any guesses? Who do you think amongst yourself would have won? Number 3. Number you don't know. Okay. Okay. And anyone else? Okay. So the second person or the runner-up is Adi Krishna. And the first person is Sini Sabu. Okay. So the prizes will be distributed at the valedictory session. We'll let you know when it is. Okay. Thank you so much for being here, being a participant of the declamation competition, that I also came to know that it is happening for the first time. Thank you so much.